A fisherman, whether old or young, to be a true disciple of Isaac Walton, is one who thoroughly delights in angling, who loves to wander by silver lakes, by rushing streams and shining still waters. One whose heart warms to a green meadow flooded with sunshine, and one who loves the companionship of a faithful dog. A man may catch many fish, he may play the lordly tarpon for hours, hook the glistening sailfish or marlin without being a fisherman in the true sense of the word. A fisherman is born to fish and to thrill with expectancy as he sees his lure snatched from below the gleaming surface, and to thrill again with the realization that he has made a catch, no matter what the size. Now let's steal up quietly to another fisherman, but this time one who fishes with costly rods and well-selected flies. One who has learned through the years that trout fishing, when combined with a love of the beautiful in nature, gives an emotional outlet for the mind. One who loves to tread pebbly shores amidst the glory of a spring morning. In spring, when the waters are cold and the brooks sing a strange harmony with the gentle winds, the trout are everywhere as they come in close to feed. And one must know how to wade from the bold shore into the likely stream. One must secure a steady grip on the smooth-topped rocks that lie beneath the surface. Then with a green grub, a grasshopper, a mayfly, water sprite, whirligig, or any properly selected lure, a few preliminary casts are made. It's a definite art, this fly fishing, whether it's done with a bit of red flannel tied to a hook or a wet or dry fly selected to match the insects and water bugs that infest the stream. Then, too, there is that peculiar ecstasy in the thistledown light of a spring morning that comes from dropping a fly and seeing the splash and swirl as the trout rises, strikes, and sucks it down. The magic moments that swiftly pass as you thrill with the tug of the rising fish as it whips the water. Then slowly, and with a care that only experience can give, the crimson-spotted prize is drawn close. In a flash, he's captured, and the pride of victory is yours as the wriggling monster is swept into the net. Many prefer to fish in large lakes where cold springs bubble from the lake bottom just as they do among the hills. When the water is warm, the trout gather around these spring lakes. But no matter where you drop your line, no matter where the fabulous trout dwell, the thrill is complete. Maybe it's a pool filled with tangled sticks and lined with alders. Maybe a hollow overhung by giant willows. Maybe in a small, sulky stream on the edge of a sweet-scented wood still wet with dew. True fishermen follow streams and rivers for miles, casting, playing, hooking, and netting the elusive rascals. They know that trout in deep, quiet water rise in a much more leisurely fashion than those lying in a swift run. So the tug on the line is always a welcome pull as the shining trout whips out and thrashes the water in its struggle for freedom as it is drawn near to the grassy bank. Good luck today, empty creels tomorrow, who knows? It's fishing. Once you learn the habits of salmon or trout and learn to satisfy their discriminating taste for food, you've won half the battle of rod and reel. Two men in a boat. Well, there's comfort combined with sport. What finer pastime in the dusk of a mellow afternoon? The line trails for a little in the calm water. The soft and supple leader nobly supports the fly hooks. There's a flash, a tug, and the lure has done its job. Now the proud fisherman must exhibit his skill, and skill it is to land the lusty, lively big ones. Throughout the land, there are many brooks and lakes that lie shaded by virgin hardwood timbers, where men have fished for ages and where fishermen will always find a likely spot to cast their lines. But this sport is not for men alone. No, sir. Many women are as expert as men in fly casting and capturing the evasive trout. Casting and capturing, yes, but holding on to the lively fellow is another matter. And so, with a pride that only true fishermen experience, the full creel is emptied and the day's catch counted and admired. Of course, the biggest one got away. There'll be trout for dinner tonight, trout for the family and friends back at the camp. Already the fires are burning in anticipation of the feast that soon will be set for all. Not forgetting the one we caught for Junior. Now for salmon, a lordly fish that lives in the sea but runs up streams in flood time to spawn. Here we see salmon jumping the rapids, forcing their way through rushing falls to reach the limpid pools beyond, and one mustn't stand too close or one might join the bath. Salmon fishing is a kind of postgraduate course to trout fishing. And when men go out in small boats and ride angry rivers as they rush over rocky bars to empty into a great lake, they also are true fishermen and courageous men, too. Unlike trout, the salmon will be indifferent for hours while a line is drawn over him, but then rise sharply as if in a flash of anger. Salmon fishing takes endless patience, and one must pay court to the silver monsters. But strike, and strike hard when you feel his weight on your line. There are 1,000 ways to lose him, but only a few ways to bring this aristocrat of fish ashore. And should you lose your net, watch closely and see how cleverly a big one can be brought safely to the bank. Hard work, you say. Yes, but hard work filled with thrills and gratification. In this sport, too, many women are expert in handling the gaff. It is no easy matter to support a rod in the left hand and wield a gaff in the right. The salmon fisherman who knows how slips his gaff noiselessly in the water, maneuvers his fish until it is in a broadside position, and then cautiously drives the gaff and lugs the kicking fellow aboard. There's a wealth of enjoyment and excitement for those who seek it in rushing rivers and pools. Hold the tip high and the rod straight, my lad, and that flash of flying silver will be yours. Endless patience will reap its own reward in thrills of satisfaction and a catch of rich, tender salmon at the end of the day. And with the ages, salmon and trout will flash to the sight of a line. Men will continue to brag of their expensive rods, lines, and carefully selected wet and dry flies. But we still have a lot to learn from the dexterous paw of the big brown bear.